I'm going to show some equations, and I want you to raise your hand if you recognize the equations that I show. The area of a circle, Pythagorean theorem, theory of relativity. Now, how about the equation for change? Most of you don't know this equation because it's an equation that I created. Throughout my PGC experience, I realized three reoccurring themes: filling your hands, connections, and change, or F plus C equals change. So I want to walk through my PGC experience and show why this equation works. By first talking about filling your hands. Before PGC, I had filled my hands with some conscious aspects, like using a reusable water bottle and trying to buy organic. But I also filled my hands with lots of conventional aspects, like toxic beauty and body products, plugged-in electronics, GMOs, non-fair trade certified clothing, a running sink when I brush my teeth, meat and dairy products, non-organic bedding, plastic, packaged food, the list goes on. But by the end of my 30 days, I had filled my hands with safe beauty and body products, unplugged electronics, non-GMO, fair trade certified clothing, a turned off sink when I brush my teeth, a vegan diet, organic bedding, stainless steel containers, a raw diet, safe cleaning products, and many more conscious aspects. But I realized in order to create change, you can't just fill your hands with the conscious items. You have to fill your hands with the resources and tools in order to make change. And sometimes those objects aren't even tangible, like passion and determination and support. I'm an RA, and I made this board in my residence hall trying to encourage all the residents to do this project with me because I think there's something empowering about going on a journey with your friends. I also needed to fill my hands with technology to do the social media posts, crafting supplies to do the creative challenges, and most importantly, I needed to fill my hands with community leaders like this green grocer, Flossin Farmer, the head of dining services at Belmont, an environmental communications professor, my most supportive resident, Branda, and my mom, my biggest encourager. And as I was looking at all these resources and tools that I was filling my hands with, I realized that most of them were people. And this brings me to the second part of my equation, connections. As human beings, we are biologically wired to connect to one another. And I believe in order to make change, we have to take the passion, the light inside our hearts, and we have to instill that in other people's hearts. And that reminds me of one of my favorite quotes by Edith Wharton. There are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. Most of us are candles. We shine our light in everything that we do, but the true change makers are the ones that not only shine their light, but shine their light in other people's hearts. And they keep doing that with the hope that those people will shine light in other people's hearts. And that creates change. And as I was aspiring to put light in other people's hearts and I was transitioning from conventional to conscious, I realized that I had become a conscious global citizen. And because of PGC, I realized that I had the power to inform, inspire, and mobilize the people in my local and global communities. I live by the phrase that I created. It's to laugh abundantly, love greatly, and serve humbly. And when you live by this, life will bring you wonderful, often unexpected joys. So I want to talk about those unexpected joys, the change, by first talking about my residents. Maria Luisa sent me this text at the beginning of October saying that she had switched to a Cures facial scrub. Amy stopped me in the hall and she said, "Missy, you're gonna be so proud of me. I took this tissue box, I upcycled it, and I wrapped this birthday gift." I had handed out Amy's organic soup in my hall, and these girls decided to have an Amy's soup party in the middle of the lobby. But I also have seen the change in my residence hall expand across my entire school community, and that was with the cleaning supplies. I met with the head of sustainability at Belmont and told him that our cabinet looked like this, and that I had changed it to Green Shield Organic. And he said, "Wow, Missy, that's amazing. Let's do that across campus." And so we're taking steps to do that. I also met with the head of dining services at Belmont, and we're now trying to source fair trade bananas, coffee, and sugar. At the beginning of December, we're having meatless Mondays and weighing stations to show students how much waste they're creating. And with my environmental communications professor, we're taking steps to ban plastic bags on campus. And individually, I've taken steps towards zero waste by composting all my food waste at school and also bringing stainless steel containers to food trucks and restaurants. But now I want to talk about something I'm very passionate about, and that is food and sustainability. After I graduate, I want to go a year abroad to 6 different countries to do organic farming. But in order to prepare for this experience, I became the project manager of the Belmont Garden this year, and we have 8 raised garden beds and an aquaponics system, and there's some great community surrounding this. But the thing is, there's a lot of space not being used in the back of the garden, and turning green has inspired me to start a new project, groovy garden parties. And with these groovy garden parties, we're gonna have strung lights and floss and food art mural on the back fence, and we're gonna play music. And I also wanna start another project to coincide with this. Info tables, just like Conscious College, but a Cultivate tea line. And at the end of October, I ordered Flossin herbs so that we can create tea, and we can drink tea at these groovy garden parties, and also talk about sustainable agriculture. One last project I'm doing with Cultivate is with the dining hall. We have a new dining hall and a new food dehydrator that creates a soil additive. But when added to water, it creates an unpleasant smell. So we decided that we have a new opportunity here. We can use it in dog food potentially. So we have an open conversation going with Mars Dog Food Company in order to sell this product to them and also reduce Belmont's waste. But finally, I want to talk about an issue that's near and dear to my heart, and that is food deserts, where people aren't given access to fresh, affordable, and healthy food, Flossin food. So I want to start a conscious kitchen in Nashville because I think there's something empowering when you see people like this getting healthy food, nourishing their bodies so that they can go out into this world and create change too. But I don't want to wait till tomorrow to continue this change. I want to fill all of your hands with something right now. And that's with the final copies of a book written by Belmont students, illustrated by Belmont students, about an organic farmer in Nashville, Freddie. And I have a tag here with the equation for change and a phrase that says, change it forward. Because we not only need to pay it forward, we need to change it forward. So it's my hope that when I fill your hands with this book, that you make a connection with someone else. And you read this story and tell someone about the importance of Flossin food and about sustainable agriculture. And when you do this, this creates a massive ripple effect. So I want to create a second equation. Change times a ripple effect equals a global lifestyle. Because when the entire global community starts doing this, there's a habit that's created. And in order to do this, I believe that we need to have our arms spread wide open, and we have to realize that change happens, and we have to allow for the possibility. But we not only need to realize this, we also have to believe. And for the friends and family that know me really well, they know that my favorite word is to believe, and I think my dorm room can attest to that. I love waking up every morning and believing in purpose and believing in doing social good. And so I want to change the first equation just slightly. Filling your hands plus connections to the power of believing equals change. And that change times a ripple effect equals a global lifestyle. I believe in conscious living. I believe that I'm a change maker. I believe that all of you are change makers. And because of turning green and because of PGC, I believe that we have the power to change the world.